A book of truth should have no mistakes. In a small village, a wise elder gathered people around him to speak about the importance of truth in holy books. A divine book should be free from contradictions, he began. Yet the Bible has many inconsistencies. He listed some of these contradictions. In Matthew 1:16, Joseph is called the son of Jacob, but in Luke 3:23, he is referred to as the son of Heli. How can this be? The crowd murmured in surprise. The elder continued. Matthew 20:30 says 2 blind men were healed, while Mark 10:46 mentions only one, which is true. The confusion among the listeners grew. And the transfiguration of Jesus? Matthew 17:1 says it happened after 6 days, but Luke 9:28 claims it was after 8 days. This discrepancy cannot be overlooked. He paused to let the information sink in. When Jesus faced Pilate, Matthew 27:14 tells us he said not a word, yet John 18:34 shows him answering Pilate. Which account is correct? He continued. The discovery at Jesus' tomb also varies. Mark 16:2 states they arrived after sunrise, while John 21 says they arrived while it was still dark. Additionally, Luke 24:4 mentions 2 angels at the tomb, whereas Mark 16:5 speaks of only one. The elder's voice grew more serious. In 2 Kings 25:8, Nebuzaradan came on the 7th day, but Jeremiah 52:12 records he came on the 10th day. Ahaziah's reign also presents a puzzle. In 2 Kings 8:26, he began his reign at age 22, but 2 Chronicles 22:2 says he was 42. How can we reconcile these ages? He took a deep breath and added, there are even more contradictions. Genesis 6:19 says Noah was instructed to bring 2 of every living creature into the ark. Yet Genesis 7:2-3 states that 7 pairs of clean animals and 1 pair of unclean animals were to be taken. Which is it? The crowd's astonishment grew as he continued. In Acts 9:7, it is said that the men traveling with Paul stood speechless, hearing the voice but seeing no one. However, Acts 22:9 states that they saw the light but did not hear the voice. These are clear contradictions. He looked at the attentive faces before him and concluded, there are over 800 mistakes in the Bible, as noted by Christian scholars themselves. These contradictions are well known, yet many continue to preach from it, leading their followers astray. How can a book with so many inconsistencies be the infallible word of God? The elder's words resonated deeply with the crowd. It's time to seek the truth and stop spreading false beliefs. We must question and understand what we are taught, especially when the evidence shows us otherwise. He then held up a copy of the Quran. Unlike these books with contradictions, the Quran has been preserved without error. It is the final testament from Allah, free from contradictions and mistakes. This is a book of true guidance, and it is paramount that we look to it for our salvation. The Quran is the light that can lead us from darkness to the path of truth and righteousness. The crowd dispersed, pondering the elder's words. Many began to search for truth with renewed determination, no longer willing to accept contradictions without question. They turned to the Quran, seeking its wisdom and guidance, recognizing it as the final and preserved word of Allah.